Alright.
Okay, with a serious note. Okay, so you know I've always been a Android, Samsung phone.
Oh God,
guy.
here we go with your phone. Apple people, Apple, iPhone.
So you know I recently got an iPhone.
It's not really an iPhone. It's an Apple phone, but it's not really an iPhone. What is it?
XR.
XR. See, it's not an i10 or i11 or whatever. It's an XR.
But I got one coming. Don't worry.
He's going to get an iPhone, what, a 10 or 11?
Probably the newest one that
The 11?
is coming out at the end of this month.
So you want to do a review on the phones?
Yeah, I mean, technology is a real good thing to review.
Well, you know, when it comes to me and Samsungs, they always fall apart. I had one in my side and I sweat a little bit and the daggone thing shorted out. I had another one that the keypad, well, you can't really call it a keypad. The screen went bad. I couldn't type on it. I mean, I've had so many Samsungs, I finally went with an Apple. Tell you how old technology I am. My new phone, the one I got right now, this is 2020. Almost election time, I got an iPhone 6. So, you know, I haven't updated yet. But I love my iPhone. That tells you another thing. I got an iPhone 6 and it's still working. I mean, I couldn't keep a Samsung for more than a year, dude.
Yeah, well, I know with my iPhone that
You mean
my
the Apple phone?
That
Yeah.
that you know I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Figuring everything out. Hence why I'm always asking you, hey Brad, how did you do this?
I'm like, Eric, you dumbass. Nah, just kidding. I wasn't going to say it. No, I help him out a bit. But the problem is, I keep telling him it's still not an iPhone. The XR, I'm not really sure about the XR as much. I know my mother's got an Apple phone. It's not the XR, but it's a side one off the iPhones, and I think the XR is similar. If anybody knows, comment, because I'm not real familiar with them. I mean, they're similar setup, but you know, there's differences compared to a real iPhone. So, but yeah, we can talk about that on a video. I mean, we're talking about it right now, but we'll go in depth and we'll have the phones out in front of us and go over it. So we can do that.
And you know, for the Android people, definitely leave a comment of what you like about your Android compared to an iPhone or an Apple phone.
And if you've ever had an iPhone. You know, if you haven't had an Apple iPhone, you might want to get together with somebody that's got one to check it out. I'll tell you, my biggest thing is you couldn't. I love the Samsung Galaxies for the simple fact you had an external memory. You could take the card out. You could put a bigger card in. But then, when I went to get a new one, they said, well, you can't do that anymore. You can't put apps on the card anymore. They said apps have to stay in the phone. And that means your memory's full, and the only thing you put on the card was, I think, pictures and videos. You couldn't even put music on the card. And there was not that much memory in the Samsung when I looked at one. I mean, the iPhones, you can get up to what, 250? 512 gig? It'd be 512.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get a lot of gigabyte on an iPhone. Samsung's at the time, when I got my i6, you couldn't put apps on the card, the external card, so you took your memory up with apps, and you couldn't put, it was either music or movies, so you could only put your photos on the external. And there wasn't much memory on the phone itself.
I will agree with that, because I used to put a few songs on my phone when I had a older Samsung, and it took up a lot of memory. However, my newer the one that I just got rid
What
of.
is your Galaxy?
It was
is that a Note?
Note 9.
Note 9?
And I had plenty of storage. I took a lot of photos.
Now, did you have external and internal?
No,
So they did what Apple iPhones did, just internal.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why they increased their memory. See, now, if Samsungs were made a little tougher, and you're going to hear me say that, and if they had the internal memory, a lot of it, like Apple does, and they had an external memory, I probably would have stayed with Samsung.
Well, it's like
But they weren't tough enough.
Yeah.
They moisture. I mean, I wasn't even dripping sweat. I just get a little sweat on the screen. It would seep in the cracks.
Yeah. So I will say this about my Note 9. I've dropped it many a times.
But you got a case.
Yeah, the case does help. Thank God. And sometimes I've had the case. But as far as like memory, I've never had any issues with it, and I put all my.
What you said is they came out with more memory.
Yeah, I was like, but I only had 84 on mine.
That's still a lot more than they used to have. They
And
used to have like, I don't know, 10, 20 gig.
Well, I mean, that was.
But you had an external, but again, you were limited.
I mean, yeah, but with mine, I had, I think 84, but then I had
64.
It
Usually
it
goes.
was 84.
Really?
I just looked at
It
it.
usually goes 32, 64.
Right.
It usually doubles. That's why you go
Right.
from 120, 240, 512.
And then, but I got all my apps on there. I got Pandora. I got pictures of my kids I take, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't have any issue with memory.
I do a lot of pictures because I used to be a photographer. I do a lot of movies, and I love music, so I have a lot of music. And you know, I burn memory up. Plus, I have apps because I have apps for astronomy because I have a telescope. I go out there and do sky watching and get my telescope out. I've got paranormal apps because I do a lot of paranormal stuff. We have a paranormal team. I've got all kinds of apps. I've got apps on measurements. I got hunting apps and fishing apps and just about every kind of app you can think of. I probably got it, and I take up a lot of memory. So yeah, I had to have the memory. I mean, there's no way about that. And with the iPhone, the pictures are just unreal. Even my iPhone 6 took better pictures than any phone I knew for the longest time. I mean, I really think I want an iPhone 10. I don't know if I'll go 11 as soon as they come out. I'll probably go 10 because they've been out for a little bit now. I like to wait until the phone's been out just a little bit before I get it. So the 6 I did not. I got it when it first came out. Well, no. It was a few months in. I think there was like 3 months before the 7 was coming out, so it wasn't real early. So, but anyway, we'll get to that. We'll actually have the phones and show them and go over them, and we'll actually put on the video us opening the phones and flipping through apps and pictures and stuff. So, I even got cooking apps on there because, you know, I used to be a chef. I love cooking. I've got my deer hunting videos and pictures of deer I've shot. So, Eric,
Yeah.
we're talking about the phones today.
Yes, we are.
I see you got your phones with you. I got my phone sitting out here. We're going to head into it.
All right.
So, what do you like about your Galaxy Note that you don't like about the Galaxy?
Well, one of the things I like about the Galaxy Note is that it's got a bigger screen. It's got a S Pen that controls a lot of different functions. Like
What's the S Pen?
S Pen is basically almost like a stylus, except for it.
Well, I'd like
actually,
to see that. What's it look like?
It's right here.
Oh, it is like a stylus.
Yes.
Okay.
However, this has a little pin
Let me
that
see that.
you can, once you press that, it will help you control your music. You can use it to sit your phone down and take pictures. You can use it to make notes.
Okay.
Right on, like,
So what else?
the battery lasts longer.
Then what? The Galaxy?
Yeah, and then the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then this also has facial recognition to where the
Galaxy didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say.
So,
Yeah, because the newer Apples have facial rec too. Matter of fact, I think some of them. I'm not positive. Somebody put a comment below, but do you have to use the facial rec in the newer Apples? I mean, the one thing I like, which we'll get into later, is the fingerprint on the Apple. But so the battery on the Note lasts longer than on the Galaxy, the regular Galaxy. Screen's obviously bigger. I mean, I've seen the regular Galaxies. And, let's talk about your other phone here, Apple XR. I know we've talked about the differences, that it's not like a regular iPhone. I can see right now the difference. Fingerprint. I push this button, it won't do anything. I can't unlock it unless I put my thumb or finger, or I've got multiple on here, but see, I unlock it. That one, how do you unlock that?
Pretty much. This one has a pin. You can.
Oh, like a number you got to type in. But how do you get it to that screen? You don't have a home button.
You
have to hit your side button.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Then you just swipe up and enter.
Then you put in your number.
Yeah.
Your code, we're gonna call it.
Right.
Okay, so I noticed notes. So obviously, you take a lot of notes with a Note.
Right.
So now the screen, does it wrap around? I know some of the Galaxies, I don't know if it's the Notes or what, I saw there was like an edge on there.
Yeah, they do round off, kind of roundish. It's nice, but one of the things I don't like about it is you have to watch what kind of screen protector you get, because it will not stay on the phone.
Ah, okay. Well, let's go on from the Samsungs to the Apples. This one, like I said, it's missing your thumbprint, it's missing your home button. I mean, I can turn mine on by pushing that. I can put in a code, I can put my thumb or my index finger, on there, I can open it up. I like everything about the Apple, but I don't like the XR and the other one they have. Somebody comment below if you've got one of the other Apples. I don't know what the number is on it or the lettering. So, but I tell you, all phones, which we were going to talk about with the Galaxy and the Apple, you can basically get from 64 gigabyte memory, 128 gigabyte memory, 256, and 512 on your internal memory. So, cost-wise, once you get up to 512, it costs a lot. I'm sure the newer ones that'll be coming out, like the 12 maybe, or the 13 iPhone and the 11 or 12 Notes, when they come out, might go above 512 gigabyte. I don't know yet. Processors, we aren't going to get into the processors right now. Obviously, the Note probably has a better processor than the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, let's get into why other than this, because like I said, this isn't really the same because you don't have the fingerprint and all that. So other than this, we'll put this aside. Other than that, why do you like the Galaxy better than you like the Apple iPhones?
Well, I like the Android operating system a lot. It's really nice. I'm a lot more comfortable with the Android system than the
Apple.
The Apple.
Yeah. See, that brings me to Android. I used to love Android. I didn't understand Apple. But once I got into it, I mean, you got the apps the same. The screens can be the same. Pull up your home screen or something. Where's your main screen where all your apps are on the screen?
Let me,
Go ahead. We aren't going to let anybody see your code.
Alright.
You got it? Alright, see your home screen. Hold it up next to mine. There's the difference. I mean, I can have mine that small. Leave it on that screen. I can have mine that small, but I like bigger font, bigger pictures. You know, my vision's not great anymore. So I like the bigger, but they're pretty close to the same. So it's just basically getting used to the two phones, used to what the Apple system is and how to get the programs and put the apps on. Once you get past that, clicking on an app is basically the same. Like here, load your Facebook. I just touched one button. He's got to find where he's got his. I don't know.
I have a lot of apps.
Right here.
Sorry.
So just push that. So one button push, his Facebook's open. One button push, mine's open. You know, they're the same there. There's not really a difference once you get used to how you're loading your phone and how you're loading the apps and how you're using them. So I think really it's personal preference.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
I honestly think once he got used to the iPhone, a real iPhone, he would like it, but I'm not going to tell him he has to get an iPhone. It's his personal preference. For the longest time, I wasn't going to buy an iPhone. So there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
iPhone compared to the Galaxies. I mean, it's basically your choice and what system you're used to.
Yeah.
Mr. Android and Mr. Apple. I mean, right?
Yeah, right. You're right about that.
I think the memories are the same. They both have good memory. They both have pretty big screens, as you can see. I've got the Pro, or no, I don't have the Pro. I got the Plus. The Pros are like the Plus. I don't know if you get a Pro Plus or like a 11 Plus and it's a bigger screen. I'll have to research that. Somebody can put a comment below on that. I know this is an old one. This is a 6. This is a 6 Plus S. The difference between the 6 and the 6 Plus is I got a bigger screen, bigger phone. The S means I've got a SIM card on the side like all the newer phones do, where the 6s didn't have that. I can change from Verizon to AT&T, from AT&T to Sprint. You know, I can change this phone to any server by pulling that card out. To whereas if you had just the 6, you couldn't do that.
Right.
You know, all the new phones, the Galaxy's got the little piece to pull the SIM card out. So most of these phones, you just pull the card and have a new card put in through the dealer, through the, you know, whoever you're going to get your service through. So I think that about wraps it up. I give both phones, as far as the Note and the iPhones, I give them both a thumbs up. I really do. What do you think? Thumbs up?
Well, I would give actually both phones a thumbs up. I'm still kind of getting used to the Apple XR phone.
That's what he needs to do.
But overall, yeah, I would give both a thumbs up.
Now, would you give the regular Galaxy, a thumbs up compared to the Note? Or would you rather have the Note?
I would much rather have the Note, just for the simple fact that
More to do.
More to do.
Yeah, you got more options. You got stylus, as you call it, the what pen?
The S Pen.
S Pen.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you take and you sit your phone over sideways and you have that, you can gather people around one push of a button and
it does make it nice.
Takes a nice picture.
Now, like I asked him to compare the Galaxy to the Galaxy Note. iPhone compared to their little side market phone. iPhone. Definitely. I want the old iPhone. Now, I don't know if the XR is supposed to be like the i10. Somebody again, comment please. Let us know what's going on with this. I know that they do have a cheaper side version on their phones because my mother has an iPhone, but it's not a numbered phone, it's just letters. So if anybody knows, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like our videos, and we got more coming to you. Matter of fact, we got more coming. We're going to record more today. We're releasing once a week for now, so after this video is out, it'll be another week. You'll see the next video. See y'all later.
Have a good one.
Another good thing about Apple that I personally like compared to Samsung, even the Galaxy and the Galaxy Note, is, watch this. Hey Siri, how you doing today?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Hey Siri. See, I can say hey Siri and she'll do things. Watch this. Hey Siri, find me some good hair bands.
Just a sec.
Okay, so she's going to search. I'm going to turn it off now. The Galaxy doesn't have that. He either has to hook his Google up to voice and say, hey Google, or he has to just look it up on Google. So that's one thing I like about the iPhone.